Here we go, guys. 10 things you must do for sure in Paris. Linking to running and participating in sports events in all Europe has more benefits than you think. I mean, you manage to see a lot of new places, you end up having great experiences and can share these eternal memories with others. Today, I am talking about Paris. Spartan Stadium race from April 2022 held on the famous Stade de France, the home stadium of both the French football and rugby national teams, opened new doors for me. No, now I won't be talking at the common wisdom level about Paris. The capital city of France is too well known for this. Instead, I'll make you some granular 10 recommendations, the type I would like to find out when I'm visiting a city for the first time. This being said, behold. Number 1. Artisanal bread with Roquefort cheese and Belgian strong beer at Tour Eiffel. We didn't stand in line to visit the edifice, but we did spend 3 afternoons with Roquefort blue cheese, traditional artisanal bread bought from bocbon.eu. You can find the link in my article shared in the description. From the same place, we took also some quiche and everything went down with a or more than one great Marezzo Belgian strong beer. For sure, if you have the sun on your side, you'll enjoy Tour Eiffel in the best way possible. Oh, and try also a local cup of ice cream for dessert. It is just near the great masterpiece of the 19th century. Number 2. La Terrasse de la Galeries Lafayette. It is exactly near the opera and the view from here is great. You won't find too many advice to go there, but it is very accessible, interesting and most important, free of charge. Okay, the galleries are in fact a luxury store. You might know that. You can cast a glance, of course, it is worth it. But the summit of it is the roof, equipped with a wonderful terrace from where you can see Paris from another perspective and also take some wonderful pictures of the surroundings. If you do, as I say, you'll thank me afterwards. Number 3. Eat snails and drink lemonade at Chez Eugène. Chez Eugène is a lovely restaurant just near Sacré-Cœur, a place where for sure you want to be if you travel to Paris. From the hill where the great church is built, you can admire Paris at its best, and the prime takeaway from here, I shall say, is a lovely dinner at the restaurant mentioned and linked in the description below. The personnel is great, the prices are decent, and the menu is very generous. I'm strongly recommending the snails, the crepe, and also the lemonade, which is indeed a pure lemonade because you have a full glass of squeezed lemon, which you can mix with water several times. Apart from the fact that you maybe like a rough lemon experience. Number 4. Grounding in Jardin des Tuileries. Sorry, my French is not that good, so once more you might want to take a look in the description below to search for the text to see what I've meant about this. Jardin. Taking off your shoes and stick them in the grass of Jardin des Tuileries can be wonderful foreplay before visiting Louvre. Mark my word, if you are there with the right person, the greatness of the experience amplifies exponentially, and even though you will be spending there no more than half an hour. It is a great place to be, and the famous museum above and the famous museum above mentioned, Louvre, is only few minutes away. Number 5. Buy to Eiffel souvenirs from a Seine Shore kiosk near Notre Dame. I spoke about the view from Sacré-Cœur, now I'll switch to the most famous Notre Dame. Not about the cathedral itself, because it is not something new for anybody, but to go for a walk on Seine Shore and check the kiosks where local seniors mostly were selling souvenirs, including miniature Eiffels, is something you might want to experience and maybe sense the atmosphere of Paris from other decades ago. We bought 3 pieces for only €5 all, and as a bonus we received some gorgeous bookmarks. You can see number 6 now. Have a coffee at Shakespeare and Company. We're staying still near Notre Dame. Well, okay, Shakespeare and Company is not a profound French experience at the first glance, you can imagine. In fact, it is not a pure French experience at all, even though we are in the middle of Paris, the proud capital city of mighty France. But maybe this is the beauty you can experience in this moment. To drink a coffee at Shakespeare and Company, glancing at the New York Times and watching in the same time people walk in front of the window, either to the metro, some to the cathedral, some decided, as we did, to grab a coffee. Maybe they take away, maybe there. Yep, it will be a great experience. Mark my word again. Number 7. Chat Noir or Blanche. While walking through the paths of Montmartre, we saw some splendid souvenirs, and we have noticed the French really like cats. At a glance, the black cat looked to be the one, but after buying some postcards with it, a chic white feline appeared to be more interesting and far more French in appearance. To be honest, I do not know why the Parisians have such an affinity for cats, but the souvenirs are for sure to be taken if you want to have something less commercial from Paris. Oh, the white cat was portrayed as on a small tray, and of course this is not unusual memory like a fridge magnet, for example. Okay then, number 8. Charlie Hebdo from a kiosk next to Moulin Rouge. If we are talking about souvenirs, let us talk because our pets took us to Moulin Rouge. Of course, it is forbidden, metaphorically speaking, of course, to go to Paris and not see Moulin Rouge, at least from the outside, and take some photos. From here, the sweet or painful, it depends on your state, climb to Montmartre starts. On the road, you can stop at a local kiosk packed with newspapers among others and take with you a memorable Charlie Hebdo, the satire newspaper that some years ago was even better known by the world because of a bloody terrorist attack. We took one each and have it safely placed at home. I mean a copy of the newspaper, of course. Number 9. Macarons at McDonald's from Versailles. Too many things about Versailles are not to be added, simply because everybody knows this place very well, and of course you will visit it in one way or another if you get to Paris. Just to give you a few tips, remember not to catch the ticket from the train you take from Paris, because you won't be able to exit outside Versailles train station in a normal way. You will be helped in the end, but it's more stressful. For real, you'll be at the mercy of the public guards. I'm not joking. On the other hand, there are some nice souvenir shops, but make sure you got some cash with you. Otherwise, it will be rather difficult to buy small things. Last but not least, on your way back, after you see the palace, take a break at McDonald's. It is exactly opposite the train station. Grab a coffee and eat some macarons. Of course, you might be able to do that in many places in the world, but believe me, it can feel differently in one of the most iconic villages from Europe. Last but not least, Saint-Denis, better than you think. If I would to end this tip list with something, it would be Saint-Denis. There, to be fair, is not much to do, but I can recommend you the hotel we stayed at, B&B, as it was 1 minute away from Carrefour Pleyel Metro, exactly near the Pleyel Tower, which has an interesting story and further plans for development. Apart from this, there is the Stade de France, the biggest football stadium in France, where I had the pleasure to attend an event on, and some quiet buildings on top of everything. Some say that it is a dangerous suburb. It might be, I don't know. What I do know is that we had no problems at all, that we stayed at a fair hotel, and that the metro station was just at its exit, so nothing impacted us negatively. If you want a fair and decent accommodation, then this might be the place. Still, it is not recommended to go for romantic walks after dusk. At least this was the feedback from the locals. Guys, hope you like the presentation and hope it will help you once you will be visiting Paris.